What's going on, everybody on YouTube? So I haven't done a live YouTube stream in a very long time, like a very long time. I actually had to like re-remind myself of how to set this up, even that's how long it's been. It's crazy. Uh, Let me type in the chat here. I'm sure anyone who sees this notification pop up are gonna be like, "Huh, that's weird. He's doing a live video. I haven't done one of these in forever on YouTube." But either way, what's up, everybody? I wanted to have a little chat with you guys and talk about the 2023 season. I am super excited about. We have so many big things and so much going on this year. And, you know, I figured the easiest way to talk about it is to have an open conversation with you guys in the middle of the day like this. What is it, 3 o'clock here in Michigan on a Wednesday? So, completely random conversation and just let you guys know what's up with 2023. So, this is our seventh year doing the show, or my seventh year doing the show. This is my team's fifth year doing the show, and it's our fourth year on cable. So we've been on cable for 4 years, our fourth season on cable TV. Before that, we were on streaming and always on YouTube and stuff like that. But this year we added, you know, let me do the whole. We we added the Discovery Channel this year, so huge, huge deal. We added Discovery Channel this year, so our show is growing, our show is evolving, our show is always going to be evolving and always growing. And that's the point of what we do is to always be different and always show you guys different things and promote differently. Um, Let me wait for some people to get on here too. I want to make sure my audio is good. Let me check on my phone. I'm going to share with you guys our air times for this year, where you can watch a show, what kind of episodes we have coming up, and even more. So let me just double check and make sure that everything sounds good on my end on the live stream here. All right. So let me know in the comments how the audio sounds. I know it's hard for me to hear it back, so just let me know how it sounds. But so for 2023, we have 12 episodes, just like we always have had. We have 12 episodes in every season, and every episode's different. Every single episode that we film and air and plan is completely unique and different from the one before it. So this year we have a amazing country singer that was on The Voice. We have the former Miss Georgia and Bally Sports host in Chicago. She's amazing. We have Fireman Part 2 episode. We have a barbecue and salmon episode. We have a propane themed ice fishing episode, like some really cool stuff for the first 6 episodes. And they're always going to air on Pursuit Channel, and they'll be airing on Discovery Channel this year. As of right now, we're only airing our first half of the season on Discovery, and the entire season will still be on Pursuit Channel. So you can watch the whole season on Pursuit, YouTube, everywhere else streaming. But the first 6 will also be on Discovery Channel, which is super exciting. Our air here, I'll pull up our airtime schedule. Let me pull that up for you guys. All right, so our airtime schedule is Discovery Channel. We're airing on May 20th, May 27th, June 3rd, June 10th, June 17th, and June 24th. So 6 weeks in a row, 6 new episodes in a row, no reruns. At 5:30 a.m. on Saturday. So set your DVRs, record the show, watch it whenever you can. Pursuit Channel, we air from April to September. What up, Darius? We air from April to September. We air on Saturday at 7:30 p.m., Monday at 3:30 p.m., Wednesday at 9 a.m., and Friday at 2 p.m. So we air 4 times a week for 26 weeks. So we air 104 times on Pursuit Channel. So it's 110 air times total in a 26-week period, which is pretty crazy. But we're super excited to share this season with you guys. And so we've also won a Telly Award. You can see the boxes from the statues right there and right there. We've won Telly Awards the last 2 years in a row. We're hoping to win a third one this year for all 3 years we've been on cable so far. Well, this year, meaning for last season, it's a year behind. But we also submitted to the Emmys in 2 different categories. So if we get a nomination for the Emmys, then that's going to be like, I can't even imagine. If we get a nomination, you guys are going to know about it because I'll be all over socials freaking out. Like, it's just such a crazy honor if we even get a nomination for an Emmy, let alone the opportunity to win an Emmy for something that I'm so passionate about. And, you know, it's just crazy to think like I quit my job to do this. And, you know, the fact that we can even submit to the Emmys is incredible to me. Also, something else I want to share with you guys that's really cool is we have our board game. We have a new Kickstarter for the board game that will be launched next week. So if you guys want to get one of our exclusive limited edition first run of the board games, we will have those back on Kickstarter next week. The last Kickstarter, we made some mistakes on it, so we're redoing a new one. And then our first children's book, my first children's book, is being published right now. It should arrive here in 7 days, in about a week. I should have the first book. There's 12 books total that I'm writing right now, which is crazy to do. I'm trying to write 12 books within a 12-month period, which is nuts. But the first 2 are written. We have an awesome editor in London that's editing the second book right now, and the illustrator is getting started on it right now too. The third book and the fourth book, we're doing 3 sets of 4. So they're going to come in sets of 4. Or you can buy them individually too, but they all go together. So it's cool to get all of them. But we will be doing box sets of them as well. But the first 4 will be done in the next, they'll be written at least in the next month or 2. The second 4 will be done shortly after that. The next 4 shortly after that. So we should have all 12 books done throughout the year of 2023. By the end of the year, we'll have all 12 out. They're amazing children's books. They're super cool. The books are called The Adventures of Seth Squatch, and they're all about Seth the Sasquatch meeting a human for his first time and realizing that humans aren't that bad. People that are different than him aren't that scary. And he learns how to fish from a kayak fisherman he met in the woods, and decided that he's been missing out on all this adventure and all this amazing opportunity that he's just missed out on from hiding in the woods his whole life and being told to always stay away from humans because they're scary and all they want to do is discover, find him so they can hunt him and all these things. So he goes out in the woods every day, out of the woods every day, and meets a new human, finds a new adventure, and realizes that he can learn something new from every human he meets. So he meets a NASCAR driver, he meets a comedian, he meets a fireman, he meets a wrestler, he meets all these amazing people, which are all based off of people that we filmed our show with. So if you like our episodes of our show and you like how diverse all of our guests are, you'll love the children's books because they're awesome lessons in each book of things that I actually learned from each individual guest that I've gotten to film with. And it's so exciting to be able to share that. And, you know, everyone knows I love working with kids. I do so much work with kids. And to be able to share that in a platform that literally relates to kids more is super exciting. And then the board game is just to build off of that too. The board game is connected to the books and connected to our show. So there's so much going on this year. And we have some new products we're launching. The new website is being done right now too. You know, this year is just absolutely amazing. Like I still can't believe, you know, someone told me this yesterday, a guy I've known for 20 years. And he goes, isn't it crazy how far you've came? Like, think about where you started and where it's at now. And I was like, man, like, I forget to do that sometimes. You know, you're caught up in like the hustle and bustle, everything, all the stress every day, and just like the constant, like every day is just like I wake up and I just work and just get as much done as I can, and then somehow fall asleep eventually, and then do the same thing the next day. And I forget sometimes how fun this really is. You know, like I forget how cool it really is. Like I forget how much we've actually accomplished sometimes because I'm too busy doing it, you know? So it's kind of nice when people remind me of that. And yesterday he's like, man, I remember when you started, like, you know, none of us like really knew where it was going to go or what you're going to do with it. And can you imagine thinking 7 years ago when you quit your job that this is where you'd be? And I was like, no, absolutely no way. Like, no way did I ever think when I left my career. I did marketing for 13 years. No way did I ever think that leaving that job to do a YouTube channel to try to show people how cool kayak fishing was, no way did I ever think that that was going to turn into a TV show or turn into a career like this that I could do the rest of my life. Like, it's just amazing to me the people I've gotten to meet and work with and inspire and impact. It's just been such a great adventure. And so, no, I never thought it was going to be this way. But at the same time, who knows where it's going to go in the next 5 years, you know? I'm hoping to keep on growing the platform and get it out there. And the 2023 season, let me tell you guys, this season is going to change everything because the show, like anyone who's watched the show, hopefully everybody listening to this has seen the episodes. And if you haven't, go to the 2022, 2021, even the 2020 playlists on this YouTube channel and watch some of the old episodes because they're awesome. Like I'm proud of every video I've done since 2016 on this channel, even the ones that were terrible. I mean, there's so many videos, if you go back far enough, you don't have to go back that far, but there's so many on there that I'm just like, oh man, like it's almost embarrassing in a way with how poorly the videos were done, but it's also really like, it's really rewarding to go back and see them. And I hope it's inspirational to people where if you see where I started, most people with just a little bit of research and training could do way better than I did when I started. I think it should inspire people to see how poorly my videos were made and my content was, and you know, all these things that evolved and gotten better over the years. Like, I hope people get inspired from it and see that and go, well, I could do that, or I could do better than that, because you can. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that hard. It's just a lot of work. It's just a lot of work. There's no book on how to do this stuff. But this year is just we have the books, the board game. We have a bunch of products coming out. We have new apparel, new merch, a bunch of new stickers and decals. You know, we have new brands that we're working with this year. I mean, there's just so much that 2023 is bringing. And I cannot wait because in 3 weeks, in just 3 weeks, I can do this sound effect. In just 3 weeks, our first episode for 2023 airs, and you guys get to see how crazy different the new season is. The new season of the Basquatch Hunter is it's a whole new show. It really is. Like, it doesn't even compare to even the episodes we did last year with how cool our episodes were. We did so many amazing episodes last year with WWE wrestler, a UFC fighter, a really famous radio host, a really famous comedian. You know, just all these great people. And we had so many great episodes. And then to think that this year for 2023 is even better. Like, you know, I get this question a lot. Probably the most common question I get asked, besides like, how did you do it? I think that's the most common question. But the most common question I get asked in interviews and podcasts and stuff like that is, who's your favorite guest you've worked with? Or what's the coolest experience you've had in the show? And I never have the same answer. I don't think I've ever answered that question the same way more than once, because every time I think about it, I have a different answer, because every episode is my favorite episode. It really is. Like, and you can ask my girlfriend about this, or any of my close friends that, you know, I bounce my ideas off of all the time. And as I'm editing episodes, or used to edit my episodes, I used to always share them with like a certain select group of friends, and I always get feedback and opinions. And, you know, I'm so like passionate about what I do that, you know, it's so close to me that I want to make sure that everything's perfect before I release it and like let it go. You know, it's like raising a little small animal or a little bird. And like the day you let it fly out in the open, you're just like, I hope it survives. I hope it does well. I hope people are nice to it. You know, I hope people receive it well. I hope it's safe. Same thing when releasing an episode, because it's so personal to me. You know, I have so much into it, so much myself in it, that once you release it, you want it to be the best possible piece of work you can. And you want people to like it and react to it. You want people to be inspired by it. And, you know, it just, people forget about it so quickly, but you don't. You know, it's so personal. So I bounce these ideas off people, and it's just funny because every single time I finished an episode, I always be like, this is the best one we've done. Check it out. This is my favorite episode. This is my favorite guest. In every episode, I'd say the same thing because it's true. You know, until I do the next episode, my previous one's always my favorite one because they're all so different. You know, the figure skating episode was one of my favorite episodes because I've never figure skated. And I play hockey twice a week for 35 years. I've been playing hockey, so I'm so used to hockey skates. Learning how to figure skate was so challenging and so much fun. Like I love the challenge of it. I love doing something that I don't know how to do. Like I love learning something new and seeing someone else do it so effortlessly and seeing them get excited to see me get excited, because the same thing happens when I take them fishing. If it's their first time fishing, their first fish is like the biggest thing in the world to them. But to me, and I'm like, yeah, it's a small bass. Like, what would he do? But then seeing them get excited about it, I'm like, man, this is cool. You're right. Like catching a small fish is still cool. Catching any fish is still cool. Like checking out this kayak for the first time is still cool. So we get to, like, me and my guests all get those moments where it's like, oh, you know what I do is pretty cool. You know, like this is fun. Like I forget sometimes, like you get caught up in it. So like my favorite episodes have been every episode. Like I haven't had a least favorite episode. And like, I wish I did. Like, I wish I could tell people like, oh, you know, this episode's the best. Watch that one. But I could give you like a top 10 list of like my 10 favorite ones, but there's no order. And then I would have a hard time excluding any, you know what I mean? It's like, I will tell you every episode we did last year for 2022 and for 2021 are my favorite episodes. Or 2020, I guess. Like every episode we've done since we started airing on cable has been my favorite episodes, because I mean they're just all so personal. They're all so good, and all of our guests are so cool. Like, you know, like having a job where I get to fish for a living is pretty awesome. Like it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's amazing what I do. It's amazing what I get to do with my job. But getting to explore these other jobs and these other things that people have done to chase their dreams is just like, I wish I could just do a show where I didn't even have to take them fishing. Like, I guess kind of like Dirty Jobs. I mean, that's what I based my show off of, in my opinion, was Dirty Jobs and How It's Made. Were my two favorite shows for most of my life. And that's kind of what the show is, mixed with taking people fishing, you know? So, you know, just being able to experience something that someone else is passionate about and then learning it and trying to get good at it, like within like a couple of hours, you know, like every episode, most of you guys might not know this, every single episode, I've never practice or try whatever the guest is doing with me. I never practice it with them ahead of time. So like when we film like figure skating, I never met the two figure skaters that we filmed with until I took them ice fishing. I never figure skated until I went figure skating with them. The first time I put figure skates on was with them, like on camera. First time I touched the ice with figure skates was with them on camera. First time with WWE wrestler. First time I ever took them fishing was on camera. First time I ever tried wrestling like that was all on camera. Like we don't fake anything. And I think people assume we do. I think people think TV is all scripted and staged, and it's not. Like what we do is definitely not scripted or staged. You know, we do episodes where we catch no fish because sometimes you catch no fish. We film on private or on public lakes all the time. That way you guys can have a real experience of what we're doing. If we go out and catch 2 fish, 5 fish, 25 fish, 0 fish, that's what you could expect on a day of fishing. If we lose a rod or break something or lose a fish, it's real. Like we don't film more than once. It's, I think, maybe 2 or 3 times in my entire career, in 7 years, have we ever filmed more than 1 day of fishing or more than 1 day of the other segment. And that's usually because of weather or something like that. But it's always like, here's our one shot at going fishing on this day and this time period for a couple hours, that small window, and whatever happens, happens. And you guys are going to see it the way we see it. And then same thing with their world. If I'm doing wrestling or figure skating or whatever, like I get one shot. Hold on. Excuse me. I dropped my dogs off at the groomer earlier. I'm allergic to cats. And there was a cat in the groomer, and the cat was rubbing up on me the whole time and like jumped on me. And I was like, oh, a cute cat. And I left there and I was like, my throat was swollen, my face was swollen. My sinuses have been nuts ever since then. So apologize. But anyway, so like we don't practice any of these things. So like I don't know what I'm getting into until we film it. And my guest has no idea what it's like to fish with me until we film it. So when you guys watch my episodes, I want you to know that in the back of your mind that when you see me and my guest fishing together, that's the first time that, you know, whether it's their first time in a kayak, whether it's their first time ever catching a fish, whether it's their first time ever just fishing with me, that's legitimately the first. And then same thing in their world. You know what I mean? Like if I'm playing hockey with a professional hockey player, yeah, I play hockey all the time, but I never played hockey with that person or never like interacted with that person until we film. I purposely set that up where, yes, it'd be easier if we planned things, if we scheduled them differently, where we practice together, like we rehearse things. It would be easier for filming for sure, but it's not real. It's not authentic. And I really wanted to make sure my show did three things, no matter how big we get, no matter what network we air on. Three things. One, we're authentic. Literally number one. Everything is real. Everything's authentic. Everything is just completely direct. Nothing has changed. Like I don't have a different personality on camera. I'm the same person off and on camera. My guests are the same way. They're who they are on camera is literally like the rawest version of them. And that's the point. Our show is called The Bass Squatch Hunter Fish Out of Water because it's supposed to capture the guest being a fish out of water in my world and me being a fish out of water in their world. So it has to be real. It has to be authentic for it to work. The second thing it has to do is it has to be able to inspire and motivate people. My show will always focus on that. I always want people to be inspired or motivated to do something different, try something new, go outside, try an adventure, do something. Like I always wanted to do that. That's really important to me. And third thing that's these aren't in order of like most important or anything, I guess. But third thing is super important too. I want it to be entertaining. Like, and I forget that sometimes. Like, I want people to watch my show and like I want it to give them energy. You know, like I want it to be entertaining. I want people to be like, man, that's cool. Like that was fun to watch. Now watch the next one, and it'll be complete. You might not like the next episode, but then the one after that's completely different too. Because if you don't like figure skating, you might not like the figure skating episode. If you don't like hockey, you might not like the hockey episode. If you don't like firemen for some reason, then you're a monster. I'm just joking. Then you won't like that episode. So everyone's got their own personal preferences, but every episode's so different, so unique, and so much fun. And I hope you guys watch them all and you know, pick out what you do and don't like. And I love feedback. Like, give me feedback on YouTube, give me feedback in a messenger, or whatever you want. Like, you know, I get a lot of positive feedback, get a lot of negative feedback too. And I welcome all of it. I love criticism. I love feedback because some of it's worth listening to, some of it's not, but it's, you know, law of averages, right? If I get 50 reviews, a few of those reviews are going to be really helpful. And a few of them will be really just stupid. So feel free to always do that. What else do I want to go over on here while I have you guys on my live video? I haven't done a live video in so long. What else is new for 2023 season? So we have, here's something cool. So 3 of my guests, hold on. Let me think before I speak, which I don't do often. 2 of my guests, 3 of my guests, I'm going through my head. 3 of my guests out of 6, the first 6 episodes, 3 of them have never been in a kayak, never been in a fishing kayak ever. 2 of them have never caught a fish before. Again, just going in my head, making sure. 2 of them have never caught a fish before in their lives. So they caught their first fish on my show. 3 of them, the first time in a kayak was on my show. Every one of them, I'm thinking again in my head to make sure, all 6 of my first episodes that we filmed already, I have never done what we do in the episodes with them ever before my life, before the episodes. So this season's got a lot of cool new stuff. And then the next 6 episodes that air for the second half of the year, we haven't even filmed yet. So we're still actually planning all those right now. We're kind of behind right now because we're editing like crazy. We're going through so much before we launch. But it has been such a crazy roller coaster this year. and I cannot wait to share the 2023 season with you guys. I just can't wait. Sorry, I just got had a message to make sure it wasn't important. So that's pretty much all I wanted to share with it, I guess. We talked about the books coming out, guys. Those will be here, like I think 7 days. 7 days, our first book will be here. And then the second one, like I said, it's in London right now being edited, and then it'll be back here in South Carolina where it's being illustrated, then be back up here in Michigan where I'll have the books. And then the third one is still writing. Third one. It takes a long time to write a book. I learned it the hard way. I've been writing off and on my whole life. I did 4 years of creative writing in high school. I started writing a book. I think I was 16 or 17. I started writing a book. I had a great idea for a book. It was nonfiction, and it was a really cool story. And I wrote 2 chapters out of 12 that I had planned, and then I just stopped. Like, I was really famous for doing that when I was a kid. I tried everything. I did every hobby in the world, but as soon as I started it, I would be like, I got bored, and I would stop. And that was my ADD, I guess, when I was a kid. So I never really successfully finished writing a book before. So this is my first full book. And it's a children's book. It's under 1,000 words. The first book is. Second book is over 1,000 words. But they're all going to be, between 34 and 44 pages. But there's such cool stories, man. Like, anybody who I've read this book to, I think it's going to make a really big difference. I really do. Like, I'm probably not going to make any money off this book, which is fine. But it's going to make a difference. Like, it really is. Like, wait till you guys read this book. Like, I'm going to do I'll do a YouTube reading of it once it's here next week. I plan on doing a Facebook, Instagram, everything, TikTok. I'm not going to read the whole book because I don't want to ruin it for everybody, but I'm going to read a couple parts of it so you guys can get an idea what the book's about. I'll read the summary of it and show you guys some of the illustrations and stuff in person. What's up, Milton? How you doing, buddy? I just saw you jump on. Haven't done a live video in forever, so I figured it was a good time to do one and have a little conversation with you guys. I just got off a Zoom call, and I already had all my stuff set up in here. So I was like, when I finished the Zoom call, I was like, hey, why not? Well, I have everything set up. Why not do a really quick YouTube live that I haven't done in forever? Plus, I'm starting the podcast up again soon. In the next few months here, I'm starting the podcast up again, the weekly podcast, which I did for 4 years in a row and then took a year or so off because everything got so busy. But I'm definitely bringing it back. So we'll be doing more of these live videos again. But anyway, so the books are coming out. I'm so excited. The board games are going to be up on Kickstarter again next week, if not sooner. It's just a matter of me getting to it to be able to put it back up. But hopefully everyone loves that and orders their board games so we can get that submitted and put in. Super expensive to do. So that's why we got to do a Kickstarter. And then the show. Again, the first airing is the first week of April on Pursuit Channel. The first 2 episodes are going to air on the Pursuit Channel in April. And then the 3rd episode will air the first week of May. And then Discovery Channel will start on May 20th. I forget. I think May 20th is the first one. If I read that correctly earlier. May 20th is the first Discovery Channel airing. May 20th and May 27th, June 3rd, June 10th, 17th, 24th. So May 20th is the first airing on Discovery Channel. And then every week after that's a new episode. So hope you guys love the new season. I'm super proud of it. I cannot wait till my team is finished editing everything so I can see all of them. But I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing, amazing year. And I can't wait to share it with everybody. It's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, one more thing. If you have any questions, any comments, any feedback, anything, post it right here in the comments and I'll answer. The video does not have to be live for me to answer questions. Post on there anytime and I'll always go back and answer them. And we can have a discussion about whatever you want to talk about. And talk about the season, talk about whatever. If you haven't seen the board game, we have an ad for it on YouTube that you can check out on our channel and Facebook everywhere. But I will post it again next week or later on this week. So, but we do have one really important thing that I do want to share with you guys. Really important thing. So don't go anywhere yet. Hold on. All right. I'd have an M&M first. So I mentioned that we submitted to the Emmys in 2 categories. So we have 2 chances to be nominated and 2 chances to win. Hopefully. Knock on wood here. We submitted for the Telly Awards again. We've won 2 Telly Awards in a row, 2 years in a row. We're really hoping to get a 3rd year. Hopefully. If we don't, we don't. But hoping we get a 3rd win this year for last season. For I think we submitted the Fireman episode. So we have a big chance for that too. We also have some really big things we're working out with the children's books for reading month for March for this month. And some really big things for April with the board game. And man. So hopefully we got some big awards coming this year that we get to celebrate with all you guys. And also, we have some huge, I mean massive guests that we are talking with right now that I won't mention names yet because I never mention guest names until everything is like solid in writing. I've done it before where we started working with somebody and then it fell apart. So I don't want to get everyone excited or speak too soon on things. But we have some amazing guests lined up for our next 6 episodes, either for this season or for our first 6 episodes for next season. It all depends on scheduling. If we can squeeze in enough, because we have like 3 months from now, we have like 3 months to film, edit, everything, the next 6 episodes. So sometimes our guests can't get that window in there, or we can't get the window, we can't line up schedules. So we put it off and to film it in the summer and fall. And then that'll be for next season. So we have to have all of our episodes this year filmed like by the summer, like by July-ish. So if we can't schedule something with certain guests until after July, it'll have to go on next season. So I will tell you that we have some guests that I am so excited to meet, let alone go fishing with, let alone go in their world and just share what they're passionate about too. So I'm super excited about it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys liked doing the live video stuff again. I'm gonna start doing it more often. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you hate my live videos, you don't gotta comment, but you know, if you want me to do more live videos or you don't, whatever, comment on it, let me know. Because I haven't done them enough and I need to start doing them more because I love doing it. It's a great way to have like a real-time conversation with everybody. So you know, we'll slowly warm back into doing more live stuff and more just random chats with you guys. You know, I kind of miss doing that. I used to do it all the time. And I've been so busy and caught up and stuff that I forget how much fun it is to do this, the little stuff like this. Milton said you're having way too much fun. Yeah. You know, I wish that was a problem. I've been fishing once in open water in 2023. Today was 47 degrees out, which is beautiful for Michigan. You know, this is like, you know, people down south think it's freezing, but that's like, you know, springtime up here. So it's 47 degrees today and sunny. And I wanted to hit the water today, but I got to pick up the dogs from the groomers in the next half hour here. And I've got a to-do list that is like longer than there are hours in the day, as always. So I won't be able to get on the water today. Hopefully tomorrow or the next day. I have hockey tomorrow too, though. And then I coach hockey on Friday, and my nephew has a talent show Friday, and I coach hockey on Sunday, and I play hockey on Sunday as well. Unless we have a bye week because of the playoffs. I'm not really sure, but either way, crazy time. But either way, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you guys for hanging out on this random live video. Sorry it wasn't structured. I was kind of all over the place, but you know what? So you get with a random live video, guys. So watch everything on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe on here. Most of my viewers are non-subscribers. So subscribe here on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, everything, all under the Basquatch Hunter. Type in the Basquatch Hunter on Google. You'll see all of our stuff and where we air, everything like that. And then the new website, BasquatchHunter.com, will be up within a week. It's almost done. I was working on it all day yesterday too. I think my guy just finished another part on it last night. So the new website is going to be awesome. You'll be able to get all our new merch. You can order the new books and the board games on there as well. So stay tuned for more stuff, guys. And thank you for hanging out with me, man. I really appreciate it. And I cannot wait to do more of these. I cannot wait. I get so excited to do live videos with you guys. So, we'll keep on building these back up. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Hope you guys enjoy the new season. And that's it. Bye.